Johnny Addy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event, 10 rounds. Introducing from Toronto, Canada, he's wearing black trunks. He weighs 217 pounds, recognized as the heavyweight king of Canada, George Chuvalo. His opponent from Bellflower, California, he's wearing green trunks. He weighs 201 and a half, Jerry Quarry. The judges, Tony Castellano and Bill Recht. The timekeeper, Fred Abatello, counting for the knockdowns, Tony Perez, and the referee for the main event, Zach Clayton. Come here, Zach.
Zach Clayton with his instructions.
Quarry, both you men have reported the guard any number of times. And two, we were briefed on rules and regulations Commissioner's office this afternoon. But allow me to brief on two of the rules I feel most important. I'll allow you men to fight on the inside, providing both hands are free. I will not allow any holding and hitting. Number two, that in the event of a knockdown, that boxer getting knocked down must take an 8-second count. Kneeling or standing, it makes no difference. The boxer scoring that knockdown must go to the furthest neutral corner, remain there till he's told he becomes doomed fighting. If you come out before I order you, I'm going to chase you back. 3 knockdowns men in any given round. The fight's automatically over. Now, in the event of a knockdown, the boxer's on the floor and the bell sounds to end the round. The count will continue. And if by chance the fighter hasn't regained his feet before the count reaches 10, it's considered a knockout with the exception of the last round. Now, men, in my book, I regard you as big leaguers. I want you to conduct yourself as big leaguers. I want you to fight as big leaguers. Any questions, Chuvalo? Any questions, Quarry? Shake hands now, come on, fight in the bell. Good luck.
Zach Clayton pretty well covered the rules of scoring in New York on a rounds basis with a supplementary point system in case the rounds come out even on an official's card. The bell for round 1. 2 judges and a referee decide. Quarry is a boxer puncher. Chuvalo, as I told you, is a brawler. And it really is a contrast in styles. And George is wearing a long hairdo tonight. Quarry, the conventional style. If you're watching in black and white, Quarry has the lighter trunks. Chuvalo, the dark trunks with the white stripe and the white belt. Quarry is actually wearing green trunks. If you're watching this in color, Chuvalo black. Chuvalo is a brawler, as I told you. His best punch is the left hook, but he makes good use of a right hand on the inside. Quarry is a counter puncher. His best punch is a right, and he can lead with the right and then turn it into a counter punch. Chuvalo is showing something we don't normally see him use, and that is a left jab. The referee, Zach Clayton, a former great basketball player with the Harlem Globetrotters. Round 1 about half over. Quarry is counter-punching very well at this point. Chuvalo making use of that jab. Quarry apparently not expecting it. Bristling punches with a minute left to go in round 1. It has not been dull. Quarry said he was going to box more, but apparently the primitive in him comes out when he gets into an exchange, and he just bores in and gives and takes. Chuvalo always does that. seconds left in round one. Isn't a disappointed fan in the whole house. You'll rarely see rounds as good as that one. We're in the corner now of George Chuvalo as his manager, Irving Ungerman. Here's that round again in slow motion. I want to give you the records again. Quarry has been in 40 fights, won 33, lost 3, drew 4, knocked out 20, was stopped once by Joe Frazier for the heavyweight title on a TKO. Chuvalo has had 72 fights. He won 55, lost 15, drew 2, knocked out 47, and was also KO'd once on a TKO by Frazier. Here's round 2. Quarry in the green or the lighter trunks. Chuvalo in the black trunks with the white border and stripe. Quarry's making good use of his quick hands now. He's getting in the 1-2. And beating Chuvalo to the punch. Chuvalo made Quarry fight there. Chuvalo gave him quite a going over for a moment. I'd have to say, after watching them over the years, that while they both pack a knockout punch, Quarry is more apt to do a knockout or a knockdown with one punch than Chuvalo, who usually wears his man down before he finishes him. Zach Clayton getting them apart. A minute to go in round 2. Good countering left hook by Chuvalo that time. There's that jab, but Quarry is not expecting it. And he jabs pretty well, too. Seconds to go in round 2. A good round for Chuvalo. 3 coming up. In between rounds, Teddy Bentham, the trainer of Jerry Quarry, was working on the left eye of Quarry, right below it. He may have the start of a cut there. We'll have to watch. Take another look. It could be the right eye. Quarry is starting to box now. And he's throwing hard punches. The bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's hard to imagine that they could keep this pace up that long. A little bit low by Chuvalo that time. Referee Zach Clayton tells him to keep them up. Well, where did George get that jab? They'd been using it all these years. He might have gone a lot farther. About a minute left in round 3. Now Quarry hit low. And he really hit low. And Chuvalo may have had his back to the referee. I don't think Zach saw it. And Quarry didn't see that left hook coming. That wobbled him. Chuvalo is up for this one. There's no question about it. 10 seconds left in round 3. We're over in Chuvalo's corner, and Teddy Bentham, the trainer, has a little medication under the right eye of Jerry Quarry. As you can see, there's Johnny Flores, the co-manager, facing him, and Frank Brazel on the outside. Incidentally, Teddy Bentham for years has been the trainer of Carlos Ortiz. The ex-lightweight champion is making a comeback now. Let's see what's happening over in the corner of George Chuvalo now. Let's take a look again. Here's the low blow. Dug in there. I guess you could see that. It was really low. Thrown by Jerry Quarry. Round 4 at Madison Square Garden. A real Pier Sixer between Jerry Quarry of Bellflower, California, 24 years old, and 32-year-old George Chuvalo of Toronto, Canada. Chuvalo, the black trunks with the white stripe. A beautiful 1-2, and again by Quarry, his best of the fight. I would have had Chuvalo slightly ahead at this point. Quarry is starting to box beautifully now. Quarry beating Chuvalo to the punch. Zach Clayton, the referee, still moving around the ring with his old-time vigor. Chuvalo may be slowing up a little bit from that bombardment. And Chuvalo brings back the jab. I'll swear I never saw him use a jab before. Right now, the most effective punch of Chuvalo is the jab, with a minute to go in round 4. Well, you can hear those body blows, I'm sure. Good for Quarry. That didn't land. Ten seconds to go in round 4. Jack, there's a cut below one of Chuvalo's eyes. Johnny, what eye is cut? Left? Right eye? Round 5. Chuvalo went back to his corner at the end of round 4 with a cut underneath the right eye. We'll have to watch it, too. Quarry has a slight cut below his right eye, but it wasn't as bad as Chuvalo's. At least up to now. Chuvalo, a good left hook. Chuvalo is very red around that right eye. The blood below the right eye of Chuvalo again. And Chuvalo is warned to keep his punches up. And doesn't that Quarry look mean when he starts the attack? Get a look at that face. Quarry has taken charge. It's round 5. It's got Chuvalo in trouble. That's the first time Chuvalo is backed up tonight. Chuvalo is also cut below the right nostril. At least there's blood there. The headlock was by Chuvalo. Chuvalo's dead game, though. He's plenty full of fight. He doesn't care who he fights. A minute to go in the round as Chuvalo puts on a rally. The right eye of Chuvalo is starting to close. tell you this, up to now, it's been one of the best. A great punch by Chuvalo. He never gives up. Ten seconds left in round 5. Let's take a look in the corner of a very tired George Chuvalo as Teddy McWhorter, his fine trainer, is going to apply some medication, I'm sure, to that right eye. Unless he... There's Chuvalo's face. It shows how his right eye is starting to close, and there's a welt below the left eye. This was taken in the last round. Gives you an idea of the pummeling he's taking around the face. But don't get me wrong, Chuvalo is still in this fight. He got out in front in the first couple of rounds. But right now, Quarry is coming on. He's the man to watch. Don Dunphy at ringside, round 6 at Madison Square Garden. Jerry Quarry of California, George Chuvalo of Toronto, Canada. Quarry in the green or light trunks. And Chuvalo is having difficulty seeing out of the right eye. And now Quarry starts to jab for the first time in the fight. Chuvalo coming in with that jab again. There's Chuvalo's face. Not too pretty a sight. But he's fighting back hard. And Quarry knows he's been in a fight. Quarry tried a right-hand lead for the first time tonight. There's where Chuvalo likes to get a man, against the ropes. And he's applying the pressure to Chuvalo. Round 6 of a 10-rounder. One minute left in this round. A sizzling right hand that landed flush by Chuvalo. Chuvalo has come bouncing back in this round. Seconds left in round 6. say, Zach?
Something up in the snitch, just about to see it. That's the right eye.
Dr. Harry Kleiman of the commission was in to see Chuvalo between rounds and told Zach Clayton, the referee, that the eye is a slit and is starting to puff up. This is round 7 of a 10-rounder. And still, to use the old cliche, anybody's fight. A little more clinching than usual in this round. See how nimble that Zach Clayton, the referee, is? Quarry may have had the idea before this bout that he wanted to box, but Chuvalo won't let him, apparently. So he has to slug it out. That right eye of Chuvalo is practically closed. Both working head and body in this round. One minute to go in round 7 of a 10-rounder. Madison Square Garden. An uppercut, the first of the fight by Quarry. First real uppercut. How was that for a rally? Now Chuvalo seems to be hurt. He seems to be spent. And Quarry is down. Quarry taking the mandatory 8 count. 10 seconds to go in round 7. Oh, no. Oh, no. There's going to be a dispute over this. Quarry stayed down too long. There's going to be an argument over this. The referee, Zach Clayton, stopped the fight. And there's another fight in the ring. Quarry stayed down too long. He wanted to get up at the count of 10. And Zach Clayton says he stayed down too long. And Clayton says the fight is over. And the winner by a knockout is George Chuvalo. George Chuvalo. We are going to try to get up in the ring to get the...
Weighing 225 pounds, the fighting Frenchman from Crosby, Minnesota, Scott Ledoux.
There is his ring record.
And in the red corner, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, the number 6 ranked heavyweight in the world at 218 pounds, introducing Ron